Alright guys, today I'm going to have a little comparison video between the Nike Mercurial Vapor 9s in two different colors because there's a few differences with those, and the F50 Adizero Messi editions right here. Alright guys, one of the first differences is these weigh in at 6.6 ounces, while these weigh in at 5.3. All three of these are extremely light boots, just these are a little bit lighter than these are. These two vary in that the upper, you guys can see here, these have that dimpled synthetic upper, while this upper isn't dimpled, and it's almost like a synthetic leather material. It's a little bit thicker than this one. These have the hybrid touch synthetic material. Hybrid touch synthetic is a little bit thinner than the two vapors, and it has that dribble text coating around the outside. All three of these, you guys can see, have the straight symmetrical lacing right up the middle. So that's not going to vary. I've worn a pair of the Vapor 9s before, and I've worn a pair of the F50s, and I can tell you they fit the same. All three of them fit a little bit thin compared to your true to size, but they all fit pretty well. Personally, I'm going to lean towards the Vapors in fit, just because I felt like they contoured my foot better, but that's just personal preference. I'll try to keep that out of this video a little bit unless I explicitly tell you that. Now we take a look at the bottom of the boots. You can see that the two Vapors here have the same stud pattern with the two cord out ones in the back here, and then the bladed studs up front. The Adizeros with the sprint frame from Adidas, a little bit different. You've got 4 studs in the back here, triangle pattern, with a 7 up front, also triangle pattern to give you that 360-degree traction. Again, to give you guys my personal opinion on these, I'm still gonna lead towards the Vapors with the stud configuration. I really like the 2 studs in the back. At first, I was skeptical that I was gonna have too much heel pressure and stud pressure on those, but personally, I think they did a great job with dispersing the pressure and making the stud layout really comfortable on feet. So personally, I prefer the molded plastic here over the chassis outer lay compared to just the single plastic plate here on the Adidas. But honestly, that's just my personal preference. Just I think I get a little bit more flexibility from the Vapors than I do from the F50s. With the upper, my top pick from these, I would say these first, followed by the F50s, followed by these. I'm not a huge fan of the synthetic leather, but I do prefer the dimpled synthetic on the Vapor 9s over the dribble text coating on the hybrid synthetics on the F50s. I like the thickness of this one. I think the dimples gives you the right amount of texture without giving you any like the frills and the other technology that I think the dimples is just the right amount of grip with the all traction control to give you a good touch on the ball. There's not really any added like technology from Nike as far as like control pads or different stitching to give you better grip, but I think it gives you a really good touch. It's not too thin, not too thick. Just a good boot in my opinion. This one's not bad, a little bit too thin, and I felt like the creasing on this wasn't. I mean, I didn't wear these for that long, so the creasing on I wasn't able to really break these in as much as I would like to. But the creasing on these felt a little bit uncomfortable at first. I'm sure that would break in over time, but just under first impression, I would say these are more comfortable. You can get to play with these in the rain, but I would say that under really wet conditions, a little bit more of a slip to them than these two would, just because there's no texture to the upper. It's just that kind of leather material. But let me know in the comments what your experience is. If any of you guys have these boots, let me know what your experience is as far as texture and touch on the ball. As far as colors go, I'm gonna have to say these are my favorite for the colors. If you guys are interested in knowing what Messi's inspiration is behind these colors for the design, check out my other video. I did a review on these last week, so check that out. But I'm gonna say I like these colors best. They look, in hand, they don't look, I mean, they look good, but they don't look super amazing. But once I put these on my feet, I really liked how the colors popped off the white. Just looked really good. These, I mean, I love the reflective in the back, but just kind of plain for me. I mean, you're not always going to get that reflective to show, so it's not really all exciting besides that. Just a little bit too plain. With these, I'm not a huge fan of the color. fade's kind of cool, and I really liked how they used the tribute to Ronaldo back in 1998 here. If you're interested in learning more about that, watch my review on these. I did a review on these a couple weeks ago as well. So I like the inspiration behind it. Just not my favorite color I've ever seen of these. Alright guys, that was a quick comparison video on these 3 boots. Hopefully I answered some of your questions. Gave you a little bit of advice on what you guys might want to lean towards. If you guys were able to formulate your own opinions based on what I told you. Obviously, guys, I do prefer the Vapors, but I tried to give you guys a fair comparison between the 3. If I missed something, if there's something you want to see in a future video, leave it down below in the comments. I read all of them, so I'll make sure to fix that and give you guys exactly what you want in the next video. But for now, thanks for watching. See you later.